Hello! In this video I'm doing unboxing of the game Bohemians and I talk a little bit about this game itself, so let's start. Guys, this box is already unboxed, so it is not brand new, but it doesn't matter. I will show you just what's inside the box and I hope you will enjoy the Bohemians, new game from Portal Games designed by Jasper. This is a game of being an artist in Paris. You want to survive, you want to create a great achievements and art, but the life is difficult. You need to go to work, you need to earn money, but you are interested in art. A lot of stuff happening through board game stories that use a deck building mechanism. But before that, let's look into the box. So first we see three scenarios for the solo. So if you ever played Robinson Crusoe, or if you played other games like Empires of the North and other, you know the format. So we have the one sheet that has the fluff, the flavor, the story, the specific goals of this particular scenario, specific rules that change for the base game, and you have like a little own game for yourself. We have three different scenarios designed by Jasper: the Claws of Decadence, the Chains of Decency, and the Wheels of Industry. Each of them shows how much you have a struggle as an artist to create a great art in these dark times that want from you money. So three scenarios for the solo, brilliant stuff for all of you solo players. We have a rulebook. We spent a lot of time on this rulebook to make it full of examples and artwork. Look at this, it looks absolutely brilliant. Here, game preparation, 2 pages. Here, all the components explained, all the icons, everything. This is a flavor information, which deck represents what in terms of the flavor, so we put a lot of that. Then we have a goal of the game, flow of the game, wake up phase, and the structure of the rulebook is super nice. We did, I think, a really good job. Day phase, so the main phase of the game. Then atelier board is a special board in the game, and the sleep phase, end phase, solo, co-op modes, and then at the end of the rulebook, all the icons, all the clarifications. Brilliant job by the team. Rulebook for Bohemians is here. Then what we have 4 tiles for the job. Each of you, besides being an artist, besides being a poet or the sculptor or painter, you have your daily time job. So you may be a journalist, you may be a cabaret attendant, you may be a beggar, or you may be a busker. Each of these tiles are obviously double-sided. We have a male and female version for all of you to enjoy the game. So once again, you may be, for instance, a poet who is a busker, you may be, for instance, a sculptor who is a beggar, you may be a cabaret attendant who dreams about the music career, etc. So these 4 of them double-sided. Now, what we have else? We have, of course, a couple of little tokens, not much because we don't need much of them. We have a first player token, we have player tokens for the atelier board. I will explain atelier board in a moment. And we have 4 reminder tokens because some of the cards have the effect that triggers next round, like something is going to happen, something is upcoming, and then we will use these reminder tokens to remind players that something is coming, so they will not forget. We have an atelier board. The atelier board is a brilliant mechanism in this game. I wrote the whole piece, the whole article about it on my blog, Boardgames Stories. I strongly recommend to check it out. In this game, when you're in a purchase phase, when you're buying new cards, and you have any money left, they are not wasted like in all other deck builders. This left money, this left resource is put in the atelier board and allows you to trigger the special abilities, which is brilliant. You can trash cards, you can draw more cards, you can exchange cards, fun things happening. So atelier board, super important in terms of the gameplay of the game. Then we have a decks of cards, and of course we have a lot of cards in this game because it's a card game, because it's a deck builder. So let me go through them very quickly. So first we have a player decks. Each player starts with the same, slightly different, to be honest, but similar decks. As I said, we have a painter, we have a composer, we have a poet. We have a poet, and we have a sculptor. 4 decks. You are picking at the beginning of the game. You are picking your job tile. You are picking your talent. And you will pick also a board, but I will talk about the board in a moment. Then we have a main deck of the habit cards. Habit cards is the main cards in the game. They represent the habit, what you are doing during the day, what's your routine. Maybe log yourself in the room and try to create something new. Maybe seek tutelage, maybe discipline yourself, so you're trying to be better and better. Lose yourself in the work, you're just creating art. The green deck represents self-discipline. The green deck represents what you are doing to improve and be better artists. But we have other decks. We have a pink deck, and the pink deck is all about getting inspiration, meeting a beautiful woman and beautiful man, and finding new friends, and falling in love, or going, oh, this is quite going to the brothel, or disappear on a romantic escapade, or maybe making love with the abandon. And these cards will work beautifully with the special deck of the muses, because we have a muses deck. I will talk about it in a moment. A pink deck and the muses, beautiful combo. This is all about the love. And then we have a deck of adventures. You as an artist wants to challenge yourself, you want to go to adventure, discover new worlds, discover the new experiences. So here we can roam to the countryside, or flaunt your oddities, or recount your adventures, or disappear on a whim, or embrace in the unexpected. And these cards will allow you to draw more cards because adventure, because things happening, because you're discovering new things. Blue deck is all about more cards in your hand. And the last one, this one is a orange deck. This is all about going to the pub, going to the coffee, meeting with your friends, discussing politics, discussing your struggles of your life. This deck will connect and make a combo with the hardship deck that I will explain in a moment. So lay out your opinions, or discuss each other's work and struggles, or revel in a good company, or talk with an intriguing stranger. Basically going to different pubs and places, as I said, and talk with your people and discuss the heart of the life. We have also dedicated deck for more than 3 players, for more than 2 players. So if you are playing for 3 or 4 players, we introduce the special deck that introduces the interaction, direct interaction, all the different events, and you are changing the society, you are changing the rules of the game. Rebel against authority, or plan intervention, on meet with the fellow radicals, and things are going to escalate, and things are going to happen. You can use this deck of the interaction, or you don't have to use it. But if you like some chaos in the gaming, if you want to add some events, crazy events, you can shuffle this to the habit deck. What we have else? We have a deck of the hardships. Big deck, lots of cards: envy, anxiety, poor hygiene, perfectionism, homelessness, opium addiction, shame, hopelessness, etc. These cards represent the struggles in your life. In this game you can go all in during the round for inspiration and art, and create beautiful things, but forgot to work, forgot to get some money for your life, so you will get these hardships, these difficult problems that haunt you. Or you may be an artist that like to go to work, you go to work, you don't get these hardships, but you have less inspiration, because instead of creating art, you are sitting at the work. A beautiful, amazing deck that will change the game each time you are playing, and you add lots of problems to life of your artist. And then we have muses, a beautiful woman and beautiful man who inspire you, who, when you meet them, when you talk with them, they motivate you to create the work. We have Maxime, Charlie, and Camille, and Blaise, and Emily, and many other people that you can meet, and they can inspire you. Whole deck of muses, very powerful. Many of you will use them. This is a very strong strategy to play with the muses. So have a muses, fall in love, have a great game. And then we have obviously the cards for the solo variant. So as I mentioned, we have 3 different solo scenarios. Each of them can be played many times. They are very difficult, and each of them comes with a dedicated deck of cards for the solo scenario. So not only scenario, but dedicated cards to play with. And the last but not least, the most important deck achievement. How you win the game of Bohemians? You win it by getting achievements. The first player who will get 3 or 4 achievements, depending how many players you are playing, will win the game. Achievements means that you created the art that inspired somebody, that influenced society, that made a splash. So, and each of these achievements is more epic and more epic and more epic. They are starting with this very small You need only 8 inspiration to create this one, but you will have to need 15 inspiration to create the last one. What we have here, a first art piece shown to your friends. So you created something, you showed your friends, they're very, very proud of you, and then a mildly positive review in the local newspaper. So you have your first review. This is the time to open the champagne and dance, because a beautiful moment. Your family is quite acceptant of your new life, so they stop telling you to go to work. They accept that you are an artist, that you have a career. Or flowery letter from a secret admirer. Your career grows, you are getting a more and more recognition, you are becoming a more and more famous artist. And last achievement in the game, Parisian street is named after you posthumously. So yes, you are dead, but you have your very own street in Paris. The ultimate achievement. Guys, and then we have a player board, 4 player boards for the players, obviously. Each board, once again, is slightly different. So if you combine different jobs, different talents, and different boards, they each slightly different. It gives you a replayability. This one is a vagabond, and this one is a vagabond board. This one is eccentric. Here we have the La Romantique. How they differ? They differ with the bonuses they give you for different cards. For instance, the Le Romantique loves to start the day. This is the morning phase of the round. He starts in the morning with some love affair. He wants to open the day with some romantic adventure, and then he can start creating art. So each of them give you a different bonuses for different cards, and the Le Visionnaire is the last one. A lot of content, beautiful artwork we hired for this game. 3 illustrators, Hanna Kuik, Tomasz Jędruszek and Roman Kucharski. Beautiful art done here, a brilliant design by Jasper. Check it out. It's coming out this Essen. As I'm recording this video, it's already on a pre-order at Boardgames website. Check it out, one of the best deck builders you will ever play. Bohemians. Take care.